Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, a program that has been built on flash, excitement, swagger, even once a goal turnover chain. But the fundamentals of this program, substance. We'll have plenty of substance and swagger from the Canes today. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Ball State Cardinals, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Miami. Canes will put total under to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Ball State Cardinals offense takes the field to start this game off. And here comes their leader, Jesse. He just has a way of elevating everybody's play.
And he's a point guard, too. So good at distributing the football, finds the open guys, and he makes this offense go.
Makes it go, and just, you can trust him. Everything is available. You're not playing with ball behind your back. You've got all guns blazing.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? And the Cardinals will line up to punt it away.
Just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup this environment is awesome.
So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field, and they'll have their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
First down for this offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll give it to Johnson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The Hurricanes headed quickly to the line. On second down, looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's George. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A strike downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Nice play design on that one to make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making it accurate.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The run to the left. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. And the Hurricanes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Looking to pass, it's Ward. He's got it on the run. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Never a doubt. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I love how this defense can cover space really quickly, especially in their own red zone where the windows are small to throw into. You saw the speed there. Closing in, making the hit, now setting up 4th down.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Take
Down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to...
The expressway is wide open, and he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Hurricane!
This offense is so good, and they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Gonna go.
It's pretty obvious.
That's a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, Dave, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? From the gun, wants to pass. On their best motion from the offense.
That was...
Unloads to the right. Got him downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Canes are in the hurry-up.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heel. And the ball is picked off. Takes it the other way. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. We'll see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job on the defense. You can tell they're focused in this running back on this run game. Being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They try to pop a run on the draw. And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short. And the Cardinals will punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to...
He's loose on the right. He's at the 40. The 20. Past the 10. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Canes. No step back in week 3, they have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Wake Forest is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but look at that score. This is a close game. They're up by 7 over Ole Miss. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Oh, he smashes his way through again. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The give to the tailback. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Trying to pound it on first down, now back to the line. It'll be a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Fires to the tight end. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Cardinals are on the move.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out. Working those critical down distances, 3rd downs. Having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Handoff to the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. A 3rd and long coming up here.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Quickly out to the tight end.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Now the play fake. He fires a bullet to the right. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that they tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
They'll ride the hot hand. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. The Hurricanes want to move quickly. Wide receiver shows motion. He's looking to throw. And the ball's loose in the backfield. And he falls on top of his own fumble. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Canes send out the punt unit.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives live? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Makes the catch. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese. They can pump that, take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Ford. He makes the connection. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He's been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
He's got it. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Miami. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking.
Nothing went well in the 1st quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to that.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Quick strike complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Grabbed in the middle, it's Presley. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. The Cardinals line up to punt it away.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Catch in the middle, it's McCormick. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they get the sack right out of the gate.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. The handoff to Johnson. They opened the lane and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw and he needs a chunk play. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. And the Hurricanes will bring the punt team onto the field.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now,
Ball State takes over the football and the Cardinal offense headed out. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. They'll run the screen. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Facing a third down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. He finds his man. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it first and 10 at the 31.
well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on third down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting first pitch.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch and keep running and chew up some yards after the catch.
Trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Quickly to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Trying to find his man on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Second and 10 here.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Already 2 for 2 on third down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. Going to try to get it himself. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Cardinals in the hurry-up. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Cardinals will send out the punt unit. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wants. The offense lining up for a first down play. Scanning the field, it's Ward. Got it set up on the outside. Jukes his way for more. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field, string first downs.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills you look for in a big-time target. That's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Lining up for the PAT.
Is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Michigan is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Tom Brady should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arkansas State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Going back to the well, another deep ball.
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. The offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Nothing but green ahead. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. And once he got loose, it was all over.
A nice job on this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime. Regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
The extra point is good, but the lead is still big, down 31-7. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Offense working from the pistol. They'll give it to Johnson. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Brings up 2nd down.
The give to the back. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half. Here and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in South Florida than you? A captivating start to this one. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the shadows of South Beach.
And the Cardinals will kick it away to start the second half. And here's the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They'll open the second half with a run. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to throw, it's Ward. Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
Yeah, I love that the QB understood I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down. And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They got nothing and probably didn't like it on the last play. They'll have another chance on third and goal from the 1. Trying to pound their way in. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
And that's a killer because I'm okay running the same play back to back because I believe in that play. But when you get a negative play, now you're backed up. This makes this decision a lot harder.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They feed him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's third down. He's looking downfield to throw. And they can't hook up on the big play, and he's up a 4 Cardinals. They bring him down that one. Checking downfield, it's Ward. Makes it. Defense settled in to stop him deep. 35. Touchdown, Canes! And the punishment has been extended.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And with that extra point, can't you find any crease in this offense? We had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down.
And those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, shooting up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Puts you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number 1, we got to stop the run.
Comes out throwing on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Presley. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Running back searching for a hole.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Just inside the 35, first and 10 from the 34. They'll try the run. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. The Cardinals have taken it inside the 20.
And that's good enough for a first down.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Fires to the tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Little touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ball State.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
PAT unit on the field. Right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Texas is painting an offensive masterpiece so far. It's been like a Bob Ross masterclass. They're up by 22 over UTSA. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up second and 3.
He's tackled at the 27. Second down coming up.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. The Hurricanes will move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line second and 7. Wants to throw. It's Ward. Complete to the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Arroyo. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these 2 guys. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. From the 33, it's first and 10. The handoff to Johnson. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. After the productive first down play, it's second and 6. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Just on the edge of the red zone. First and 10 from the 21.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based.
Touchdown, Miami! And the stomping has commenced. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. About to kick it away after scoring a touchdown.
48, Ball State 14.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Ball State takes over the football and the Cardinal offense headed out. Makes his connection. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. New set of downs after that completion. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone. And the pass hits, picked off. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got it in the middle. It's George. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Brings up second down.
They'll try the right side. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. And this one splits the upright. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession to give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Paul, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game.
You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
He makes the catch. Running through contact. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Discards a man. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior. And the Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After losing yardage. It's 2nd and 12.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Let's it fly. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long, under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for 3, and now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. It's good. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the 4th quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The give to the lone running back. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Got it behind the line. It's George. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
They'll give it to Johnson. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this year. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you run offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
Leaves it with the back. Shakes off the defender. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence for them.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.